Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. We're going to dive right into your reading today. We're going to start with some oracle cards. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm very happy to have you here. These are general readings, so take what resonates, leave the rest. If you at any time feel like the roles are reversed, listen to your own intuition. Always listen to your own intuition about everything while watching tarot. All right, here we go. Spirit, what can you tell us for Pisces? What's going on for Pisces? Ooh, Pisces. Okay. Yeah, Pisces. Okay, you are starting off your energy here with chop wood, and then you're getting a change in the wind. You have co-create on the bottom of the deck. You know, the first thing I noticed is that all these colors are very subtle. So this is a process that I feel like has been subtly happening over time. You know, the one thing that we know for sure is that things are going to change, right? And that's the one constant in life. And I feel like Pisces, it's almost as if you're preparing for the change with this chopped wood. I almost see a face in this broom. I've never seen that before, I don't feel like. I don't know if y'all can see it. You see that? Doesn't it look like a face in there? You may be clearing out like friendships or toxic relationships or changing strategies on how to deal with certain people in your life. Possibly, you know, for some of you, I feel like there are people you can clear out of your life, and then there are people that you can't clear out of your life. And so you're clearing out the people that you can clear out, and you know, then the people that you kind of have to continue to deal with, you're either kind of doubling down on your way of dealing with them, or you're kind of changing it up. I think this energy may have come through yesterday or in a recent reading where it's like there's toxicity around you, and I think it's draining you, or I think it has drained you, or I think it's, you know, it's almost like if you're trying to deal with people that are looking at the world through a pretty lower vibrational lens, or you're dealing with people, I mean, 1 in 6 people is a narcissist. So, you know, we deal with narcissists at the workplace. We don't just also have to be in a relationship with them, or we have them in our family, right? So there's this energy of, it's like the people that I can free myself from, I'm freeing myself from them, but the people that, you know, I have to sort of deal with, I feel the energy of this like gray rock. You know, there's the gray rock method of dealing with the narcissist, of just not really bothering with them, you know, just becoming that immovable gray rock at the bottom of the riverbed. Everything kind of happens around you, but you just stay still and you don't let these things affect you. You don't really respond, you don't react, you don't resist, you don't interact with them at all. You just sort of, to the best of your ability, right, kind of let them do whatever it is they're going to do, but not really give them any credence or power by acknowledging it. Yeah, it feels, you know, and when you're doing this gray rocking, or like, I don't know how much of this is what's happening, but, you know, in your life in general, but when you are in this state of feeling like you are not surrounded by helpful forces, or you are not surrounded by supportive people, or you are not surrounded by people who, you know, want to see you succeed, you know, it can become about self-preservation or survival more so than it can come about, you know, letting the world see the real you, or shining your light, or, you know, bringing your best self to the situation. It can be a little bit about, you know, just not really rocking the boat, not making anything worse or more difficult for yourself. And that energy sort of has a tendency to sort of keep us stagnant. And I feel like you are emerging out of that. You're emerging out of that phase. Like, the things around you are changing. You can see this with the change in the wind card. It's like conditions and terms and things always change. you know, it starts with one voice bringing awareness to a certain thing, and then that voice carries, and then it's like more and more people find out, and then you're not trying to seek support from people who don't understand or don't know or enable the behavior. It's like as people become more and more informed, you know, things begin to change. There begin to be policies in place. There begin to be rules and laws, and you know, people look at things differently than they once were willing to. You know, it's like the conditions around you are changing. The people around you are changing. And it's enabling you to move. It's enabling you to make progress. It's enabling you to kind of let your uniqueness shine. And it's changing your outlook, and it's changing kind of like what is possible or where you're heading, or even the fact that I think you're making progress where before it may not have necessarily felt so much like that. You have co-create on the bottom of the deck. So, you know, this is all about living our life with intention. This is about, you know, co-creating with the universe, letting our vision, letting our hopes, our dreams, our direction, our goals, you know, what we're using our free will choice to achieve and accomplish in our life, be known to source, be known to the divine, be known to the universe, whomever you call it, whatever you call it. Doesn't really matter. It's, you know, this is how we work together with the unseen to create the future and the present and the reality that we want. So I feel as though, you see, this is a very lonely energy where it's like I first have to purge, I first have to clear space, I first have to clear out the old to make space for the new. And then it's like, okay, now that I'm starting to sense there's a change around me. There's a change in attitude. There's a change in direction. There's a change in momentum. There's a change in the current here. And it's supportive. It's better. It's attracted to your uniqueness. And with co-create, it's like you see the owl comes in to help the cheetah, you know, and there's this egg, there's this new beginning. It's like, okay, what are we working together to make here? So this, I feel like there's a kind of, you know, this isn't just about your love life. This is about so much more than that. I almost feel like it's about the way the world sees you, or about the way that, yeah, like, yeah, yeah. Okay. It may even be affecting the way you see you, you know? Yeah, I mean, wow, look at how related all these cards are to that energy. You have work easy, allow yourself to be in the flow and enjoy what you do. I feel like that's this energy with the change in the wind. It's like, okay, you have had to kind of just sort of let what's happening around you happen without really participating, or without it really being beneficial to you or being about you. And now it's like things are picking up, opportunities are coming in, things are happening. And this is about, you know, making the choices to move in the directions that make you happy, choosing your bliss at every moment, and really being in touch with that and knowing what that is, knowing what that means. And then you have embrace your inner and outer qualities. And no, embrace your inner and outer beautiful qualities. Yeah. It is about, I think it's you with you. Embrace, you know, like always knowing who you are and being deeply rooted in who you are. And now it's like seeing an opportunity to where you're who you are and what you're about, and the skills that you have and the knowledge that you have now are important and now matter, and are now a vehicle for you to take advantage of the flow or of the change in the current of energy. And then you have you are worthy and love who you are. There are a lot of cards in this deck, and they're not all talking about this. This isn't a deck just about loving who you are and embracing yourself. So the fact that all of these cards came out, it's a pretty significant message of just like, yeah, Pisces, this is your time. And, You know, when you believe in yourself and you believe in your abilities and you choose love over fear, you're going to make a ton of progress in an energy where the current is with you. You know what I mean? In an energy where you are able to really co-create and make change and take advantage of this time, this, you know, I don't know why I almost said alignment of the planets. So let's see. Okay, Pisces. This is so crazy. I mean, if you're familiar with this deck, some people are, Island Time Wellness deck. It's the second volume. These cards are about relationships. And you see here, you're getting rocking it, being yourself, confident, loud and proud, hitting the right note, harmonious, concert, showing off. That I feel like totally, you know, goes along with this energy. Cool with whatever, being chilled, trusting the process, making decisions, living in the now, casual or no commitment. You know, this feels like you are open to the flow. It feels like, you know, you're responding to the energetic flow starting to turn in your favor. And it's like you are unapologetically who you are. You have sorry, not sorry on the bottom of the deck. Friction, sarcasm, false apology, apathy, forgive, make amends, harboring hurt or resentment. You know, I feel like this is like unapologetically being who you are and being like, okay, I trust the universe. I'm open to the flow. It's like you're starting to feel or sense that things are really moving in a much more positive direction for you. And you're ready to embrace it and you're ready to show up for it and you're ready to shine. And I think, you know, what had to happen for this to happen was that you had to make space for it. You had to clear away a lot of these energies that were kind of forcing you to play small or forcing you to be the gray rock on the bottom of the riverbed. You know what I mean? And part of it is the natural change of life. I mean, like I said, when we started this reading, the one thing you know for sure is that things are going to change. Like that's the one constant in the universe. That's the one thing that you can really hang your hat on. Things are going to change wherever you are. It is not permanent, you know? So there's just this energy of going, oh wait, I recognize this energy. Oh wait, I recognize that this is things moving in my favor. This is suddenly where people, you know, didn't see things before, were not supportive before, didn't want to acknowledge or admit things before. Now they're going, oh yeah, Pisces saw it. Pisces intuition really told them who that person was. Oh, you know, maybe I should have listened to Pisces. Oh, Pisces was right about this all along. You know, you're starting to feel it, you're starting to see it, you're starting to sense it. That, you know, your energy is starting to be an energy that is really seen and appreciated much more than it has in the past. So I feel like this is in all facets. I you know, my intention was to look at love, but this is what wants to come out. So I think this is sort of like, be yourself, trust in yourself, you know, recognize that the energy is changing and, you know, step into the spotlight, be willing to shine here a little bit. Pisces. For Pisces, please, Spirit, for Pisces. Wow. Wow, throat chakra on the bottom of the deck. Wow, there is the good old Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Right in the center of your reading. I'm going to have to do a little maneuver here. Yeah. Okay. Wow, Pisces, this is, I mean, this is pretty amazing energy. I am still asking about love, and in fact, this is a love tarot deck, or it's the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. But it seems like your message today is one about, you know, the fate is in your favor right now. You know, the universe is in your favor right now. This is, you know, ask for what you are really looking for, express what you need, express what you want. Do not be afraid to, you know, be heard in a space. Do not be afraid to take up space. Do not be afraid to, I'm getting communicate from the heart. I feel like this is in all things. I do think it includes love, but I think it's much more than that. Yeah, there is definitely a major transformation. This could have been a transformation that took place inside of you, and now it's like as within, so without. So something that where it happens within you first, and then you see it outside yourself. But it also just with the the Wheel of Fortune and these other energies here, it's you know, there is a natural ebb and flow to life, and sometimes the tide is going out and sometimes it's coming in, and your tide's coming in, Pisces. You know, I mean, this is just what it is. This message has been coming out for a while, and it's coming out very, very strongly here. But you know, the tide coming in matters and is helpful because, you know, things seem to go wrong less, but the tide coming in is transformational when you change the way you're seeing things, and you acknowledge it, and you open up to it, and you open up to receive its guidance and its direction. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you know, if I'm sitting on the beach watching an ocean, watching the wave come in, it's going to come in regardless, right? And, you know, it might come in and it might bring like a beautiful shell and leave it at leave it right next to my towel or whatever. But if I'm out in the ocean and I have a surfboard and I get on that wave can really take me somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? So this is, I feel like Spirit is telling you, hey, the flow is coming. Your positive energy is here. What are you going to do with it? With this co-create card and all of these other energies, and especially this change your focus is a very strong energy. And you have this 5 and you have this 5, which I feel like are talking about, you know, transformation and change coming after some kind of obstacle. You also have like the 8 of Wands energy here, so you may have communication or offers or some things coming in here that are creating a really beautiful energy of rebirth. The good news is going to come in regardless, but if you allow yourself to stop looking at life the way that you were looking at it when you were the gray rock on the bottom of the riverbed, and you start looking toward the future with hope and with focus and with vision and with this energy of living with intention and co-creating the best possible, it doesn't even I'm actually getting, it's like, even if you were to just say to your spirit guides and your angels, like, guide me to the best possible outcome every day. If you were to like look in a mirror, or you don't even have to look in a mirror, but if you were just to ask your spirit guide and your angels every single day when you wake up, before your feet even hit the floor, please guide me to the highest and best every day. I feel like, oh my gosh, you would be surfing. You would be on that surfboard. You would be riding that wave to the maximum of what it could do. Because there are times where as humans, we can get deeply rooted in, I want this. This is going to make me happy. But it's based on a multitude of things. You know, it can be based on, you know, society says it's cooler to drive an SUV than a minivan. Or if, you know, like, I don't know, where did that come from? Who knows? But the thing is, it's like, if you get wrapped up and deeply rooted in, this is what I want, and this is what I want it to look like, and this is how I want it to smell and feel and taste, that can be really good when it comes to manifesting and really experiencing that. But if you're not also open to the opportunities of the universe, if you're not also open to what is available and what may even be better than what your human perspective can see. Because what I'm trying to tell you is the human perspective is really colored by, you know, the commercials we see on TV, what our parents told us and taught us. It doesn't, it's not all coming from deeply rooted within ourself, okay? And if we were to be able to tune all that out, like I literally do not watch TV. I have not watched TV in years, because I don't want to be colored by it. I watch the Celtics sometimes. I'm gonna watch them today at 3:30. But but yeah, I don't, because I don't want other, I don't want outside influences telling me where my happiness comes from, because I've realized that I've pursued that happiness for many years in my life. I mean, when I was 40, I did like a major spiritual shift. But up until when I was 40, you know, I was, you know, going for the Mercedes SUV. I was trying to have the nicest house in the world. I was, you know, decorating from the Pottery Barn catalog. I was living that life. And, you know, none of those things really made me happier. And I really asked myself, who the hell am I doing this for? Am I doing this for my kids, who I love more than anything in the world? No. Am I doing this for my husband? No. Am I doing this for myself? No. Does this bring me any kind of happiness? No. You know what I mean? I'm a Libra. I'm ruled by Venus. I love a well-decorated room, right? But I don't love it at the expense of, you know, like going into debt. You know what I mean? I don't love it like to that place. And so, but you know, in order to tune all of that energy out, in order to become like, in order to really tune in, you have to tune out. And it's really hard to tune out because we have a very aggressive society and a very aggressive world that is constantly bombarding us with, this is who you're supposed to be. This is the best version of life. This is what it looks like to have made it. And, you know, I in a lot of ways feel like I have made it. And I don't feel like I've made it for any of the reasons that a commercial has told me, that like any of these things have told me. When I say I've made it to where I am, but I'm still at a place on a journey. You know, I haven't made it across some crazy finish line. I'm just trying to make it as far as I can before I croak, you know, basically. And so there's this energy of, you know, when we're, and you know, the more you try to measure up. I actually had a good friend, or maybe more than a friend, in high school whose father was very successful, and they had tons and tons of money. And you know, my father told me that there will always be someone richer than you. There will always be someone prettier than you. There will always be someone smarter than you. You cannot compare yourself to other people. And, you know, that always stuck with me, because it's like, you know, this is people that had houses in other countries and houses like all over the place. And, you know, when I flew with them, it was like, you know, you were at the airplane lounge and then you went and got shuttled off, and there was already food there, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a different kind of situation. And so to me, it's like, but that's sort of the race you're running, is, you know, trying to have more than other people, or trying to, you know, reach some finish line or some place in life. And I knew that my friend felt that he had absolutely no connection to his father. Like, his father was not there, not plugged in, did not know anything about him, didn't really know who he was personally. And, you know, I know for a fact he lives on a completely different coast of the country, thousands of miles away from his family, and has, like, not that much to do with them now at this point. So, you know, it's like, is that accomplishment? Is that, like, you know, you've made it? Is that, you know, is that the best there is out there? You know, I don't know, you know, but I know that it's different for all of us. I really believe that. There's not a one size fits all. There's not a, okay, you make this much money and you're going to then, and yeah, you'll find happiness. You'll be happy. We all need enough to survive, and we should all be able to have that in this rich, abundant environment that we live in. I mean, the earth is a pretty insane place that can provide more than enough, and so can the universe. So none of us should be without anything. That's how I feel. But, you know, that's just an opinion. But the thing is that where our happiness comes from is what brings us a sense of fulfillment, what brings us a sense of bliss, you know, and, you know, and it feels like, Pisces, this is an energy of you with you, knowing what that is for you, and being open to the universe kind of revealing that for you. You know, not necessarily saying, okay, I have to have the Pottery Barn catalog, I have to have this house, I need to move into this neighborhood, and I need to have this car, and I need to do this and do that. It's about, you know, what is going to really bring you joy. You know, I mean, I traded my Mercedes SUV in for a 20-year-old Jeep Wrangler that I literally never have the top on, and it literally makes, if I'm in any way sad on any level, I get in there and I can drive and I can feel 1,000,000% better in 5 minutes. And so I know that, and it makes me much happier than driving a living room on wheels ever did. Now, I will say it was nice for a road trip, you know, but it's just, it's about finding yourself and about finding your own happiness and about being open to the universe revealing to you where that comes from and what that is, and helping you to find it and to source it and to provide it and to be it and to experience it in a way in which we are fully present and fully grateful for what that is. And it's about creating the environment for that. So I feel like the universe is working in your favor. The universe is turning. The universe, you are exactly where you are meant to be. And all the pieces, all the parts, all the players, everything. They are coming together with this Wheel of Fortune smack dab right here. It's telling you that you are where you're meant to be and that things are going to start working out in your favor. And that part of the experience of that is allowing it and accepting it and assuming it. Because I see a lot of forward movement here, and I see that the more you open up to the possibilities and the more you open up to the different ways it could look and the different ways it could feel and the different ways that it could appear in your life, the more is able to come to you. The more joy, the more happiness, the higher you will rise, the more you will leave behind that energy of the past, and the more you will find yourself in this space. So ask for what you want, be honest, clearly communicate from your heart, you know, clearly co-create from your highest and best space, but don't be limited to that, you know, and allow yourself to be guided, allow yourself to be led, allow yourself to see what this is, and allow yourself to open up to whatever wants to come your way. All right, what is this well-deserved reward for Pisces? Mm-hmm. Holy crap. So you have 3 major arcana. You have the death card, and underneath this, by the way, you do have the death card. This is a transformational moment in your life. This is a moment where your decisions, like you have a different energy, you have different opportunities, there's a different energy around you. What you create with this and how far this takes you and where this goes, it is a matter of your own decisions. It is a matter of you making the decision to follow your bliss, to follow your passion, to be brave, to be courageous, and to go for what it is you actually really do want. With the Empress energy on the bottom of the deck, there's this energy of you are limitless. You can create anything. There is nothing that is impossible for you. I mean, with the Empress underneath the Knight of Wands. There's this energy of, dare to dream because you have the cojones to back it up. Yeah, even if it means something has to completely fall to the ground so that you can have what it is you want to give birth to, that chop wood, that tower energy. Letting go of things and letting things fall apart is a critical part of birth and growth and rebirth, right? And so you have this beautiful energy of trusting yourself, trusting your own decisions, and always listening to that highest and best part of yourself rather than the fear, rather than the worry, rather than the disbelief, rather than well, that's not been my experience. We can all, it's scary to really go after what you want in life. There's just no doubt about it. It is terrifying. What if I go for it and I fail? What if I tell all my friends or my family or whatever that I'm going to try for this, and then I try for it and then I don't get it. I don't make it. I set goals for myself all the time. And last month I fell short by the tiniest smidgen of things. And it was sad for me, but it's like my husband was like, yeah, but gosh, you're still doing amazing. You still really came so close. And it's like, yeah, this month I'm really gonna meet my goals for myself. Whether those goals are, doing yoga 4 days a week, or, reading a book every single day, or, you know what I mean? Like I have the craziest goals sometimes, but they're true and they're serious, and it's because I know that this part of my life is lacking, or there is something here that I need to get, or to show myself that I can make a promise to myself and keep it. That's really important, especially if you have suffered from trauma. It is really important to make promises to yourself and keep it. I think so. I think that's a very healing thing. All right, but here you have this Wheel of Fortune, so I want to see what this is about. You're definitely going through a major transformation. Man, oh man. Okay. You have the Knight of Cups, the Magician, the Moon, and the Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. There's an energy here of, you're going into the unknown, and going into the unknown, it is a bit of a trust fall, right? It is a bit of a, I don't know exactly where this is taking me, and I don't know exactly what is going to be revealed here for me. But when you're in a moment where you can't possibly see what's in front of you, you have these 2 dogs within you, right? That old Native American saying with the grandfather talking to his grandson. And he said, and he tells the grandson, you have, the shadow and the light. And the grandson says, well, which one wins? And he says, whichever one you feed. So when you are in the space of not knowing, when you are in the space of waiting for things to be revealed, it is your choice. Which dog are you going to feed? The shadow or the light? Are you going to feed the fear, or are you going to feed the love? Because if you stay really focused and you stay really following your heart and listening to your heart and listening to where your heart leads you, and you stay in an energy of empowerment and knowing that whatever life is to bring to you, you can handle it. You do have the tools, you do have the skills, and you are an alchemist. You can make the most out of any situation here, and you have survived 100% of your worst days. There does come a point in life where it's like we have to trust. And if we don't trust and we don't open up, then, and we hold back and we say, you know what, I'm not open to life, or I'm holding on to this very specific vision that I have for myself. And if it doesn't fall in the parameters of this vision, then it's not success, then it's not what I want, then it's not what I'm asking for. The things that we want that don't happen for us are equally as valuable to us as the things that we want that do happen for us. It's equally informative. It's equally as directional. It's equally as important to know what doesn't work and what we don't want, or what isn't meant for us, or what doors don't open. Because they all eventually lead us to the place where they do open, where we are listening to the sound of our heart, where the universe and the people around us and everything are aligning to work together with us to make things happen, to bring our vision to light. And if we look back on the past and we see the things that didn't work out for us, and we can see the gift or the light, or we can get the enlightenment from them, then we can use that to fuel us forward. We can use that to fuel our success, to inform our success, to get us on the right path in the right direction, in alignment with ourselves and with where we're going and what we want, and to allow it to sort of take us there toward this energy of, having what we need and being abundant, experiencing abundance. But when we're closed off, we can be beating our head against the wall. Why doesn't anything I'm trying work? Why am I always left out in the cold? Why isn't this? Why isn't that? Instead of saying, you know what, I don't have to hold on so tight to the reins. The charioteer does not have reins. I don't have to control or force or cling. I can let go. I can let go, and I can trust the universe. And as long as I'm feeding the energy of hope and love and the vision that I have for myself, or, moving in the direction of my highest and best, and I'm trusting it, and I'm looking for the vision inside myself instead of letting it be told to me from outside myself, then I am really opening to change. I'm opening to possibility, and that means I'm opening to the flow that is available to me in this moment. Yeah, this, seriously, wow. You guys are getting a chariot. It really wants to come out here. Wow, so you have the Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Okay. You have the Five of Cups with the Two of Wands, clarifying this energy here. And this is about, when we don't want to focus on the past. We don't want to look in the rearview mirror. We're not traveling in that direction. That's not going to inform us in any way. That time has come and gone. We made those decisions. We've lived that life. We've experienced the suffering or the mistakes or the this or the that. We've already gotten what we can from the past. The past is gone. The more we focus on it, the more we're going to get depressed, because it's just full of a bunch of decisions that we can't do anything about. And that in hindsight, we may understand what would have been better, or what we could have done, or what we should have done. But it happened the way that it happened, probably for a reason. There was probably some lesson or some gift in there that we needed, or that our soul wanted to learn in this life. I mean, depending on what you believe. But we don't have to carry that regret. We don't have to carry those feelings of failure, or those feelings of, spilled cups into our future. The future is a brand new place. It is unwritten. It is a blank page. And we can, if we're choosing our desire, and we're choosing our passion, and we're choosing our bliss, and we're in that Knight of Wands energy, or that Knight of Cups energy, following our heart or our desire, or both, and that's what we're using to inform our decisions, and then we're trusting the universe to help us out with the rest, we're going to catapult ourselves into a totally different place. But it means letting go of self-critical thinking, limiting beliefs, scarcity mindsets. It means letting go of any way in which we might tell ourselves we're not free to live our best life, or we're not free to be happy. You know, whether that's I'm not worthy, whether that's like, you know, 5 years ago I made this decision to, you know, whatever, and, you know, that was a huge mistake. You know what I mean? It's like, you got to let that shit go, and you got to look at where you're at now and all the possibilities that it holds, because it holds a ton of possibilities. And yeah, you just, if you have a desire, wow, to be happy, you can't give up on it. It'll happen. Look at that. My God, Pisces, that is the bottom of your deck. Lord have mercy. The Hierophant, the World, the Ten of Pentacles. I think there's definitely a relationship coming in here to make you happy, but this is about you with you first and foremost and primary. About you not giving up hope on the things that really matter to you. If you want a relationship, if that's going to be the thing that makes you happy, then don't give up. If you know, whatever it is, if it's traveling, if it's moving locations, if it's starting your own business with the Emperor and the Chariot here, this can even be closing the distance between you and a divine masculine, or your own divine masculine energy here. Whatever the case may be, it's like you have that opportunity now. You know, you are in an energetic flow where the path is opening for you. It is not closing. And the more that you can open yourself up to it, the more that you can open yourself up to the idea of it, the thought of it, the hope of it, the belief in it, the feeling of it, you know, and the more you can feed that light inside yourself to fuel you through the times where you don't know where it's coming from, you don't know how it's going to work out, the better your net result is going to be. It is all going to be very clear to you one day why everything happened the way that it happened. And how ultimately this led to your unique and true and real soul experience in this body, in this life, on this planet. But there is happiness here for you if you just don't give up, and if you don't hold yourself in a space of looking at the past and holding on to limiting beliefs or scarcity mindsets, or a very specific picture for your future and saying, I will only be happy if these things align. If you can let go of all of that and you can let the universe surprise you, you may be happier than your wildest dreams could imagine. It's really true. And happiness, gosh, guys, you know, I don't know, you know, happiness has been one of the biggest revelations of the last 10 years of my life. What it is and what it feels like and where it comes from. It has, for me, in my own personal journey, and I think it is personal to every single person. I can tell you what makes me happy. I can tell you what I think happiness is, but I think it is a true discovery for every person. And I'm not to say that I'm like happy all the time, but I know that a part of happiness is, or like, one of the telltale signs that I'm really happy is when I wake up in the morning and I can't wait for the day. I'm excited about it. And that happens to me, you know, most of the time. And I feel like that is a huge indicating factor that your life is really in alignment with your soul. And when you can really feel that way and you can really say that, it's not big things. It's not, you know, having "Will you marry me" written in the sky. It's not, you know, I mean, those things maybe are amazing to experience in that moment, but that moment comes and goes, and "Will you marry me" fades into the eternal blue of the sky, right? And that moment becomes part of the ocean of all of your life, right? But yeah, when you're in the present and you are just truly grateful for it and for what it looks like and for what it is and for who's sharing it with you, that is a pretty profoundly happy feeling. And, you know, it's possible, you know, the Ten of Pentacles has the Tree of Life, you know, in it, which is a reference with the Ten of Pentacles to all of the little miracles that happen in our daily lives. All of those moments where we recognize, man, we're so lucky. Man, our life is full of abundance. And that doesn't have to be money. That doesn't have to be your house looking like the commercials or the sitcom or the whatever. It can really be about, you know, just the feeling you have when you open your eyes and your dog is looking right in your eyes. You know what I mean? Or the feeling that you have when, you know, you turn on the lights in your office and you're really excited to see what messages today brings in. It can be just from the simplest things, and it is the everyday moments that stack up, that build up to be a beautiful life, or a life well lived, a legacy, leaving something better than what you found it, right? So I don't know, this is a pretty intense reading, I feel like, and it is all about you. And I literally did grab love cards and thought that this was going to be more of a reading about you and your person, but I guess this is the message that wanted to come through. I think you are going through a profound set of changes here, Pisces. And I feel like the energy and the flow of the energy is opening, opening, opening. And the more you open with it, and open to receive it, to embrace it, to allow it to inform you, the better it's going to be, the further you can go, the farther you can ride that surfboard. That's definitely the energy that I feel here. And it is a lot about the way you're viewing things, and the way you're looking at things, and the way you're thinking about things, and the energy of when you don't know, and when you're not really sure what's happening, or where it's coming from, or where it's going to show up in your life. Are you fueling the love, the hope, the light, or are you fueling the fear, the scarcity, the, if it's not this, then it just won't be. It just won't do. All right, let me get you some messages, at least from your person here, Pisces. If you're dealing with a water sign, finding out the truth crushed me. I bury myself in work to forget you. I know that I crossed the line with you. I wonder if you are happy without me. If you are dealing with a fire sign, you don't know how hard it was to let you go. It was my fault, but I blamed you. I hide behind material things. I love you. If you're dealing with an earth sign, I wish I had treated you better. I replay our conversations over and over. I'm so attracted to you. I wish I could share my good news with you. If you're dealing with an air sign, I want to be more than friends. I feel you leaving me behind. I wish I could take back my words. And I am afraid to contact you. All right, Pisces. I don't know, this was a crazy reading. It's a lot, but I feel really and truly like the universe is preparing you for a major shift. And it's asking you to open up to all the possibilities, and to everything that could happen, and everything that can be. And I think it's asking you to open up to the possibility of your own happiness and your own fulfillment. There's a transformation taking place, and it's coming to you, I feel like, because you have done the work, and because you are open, and there is a way to make the most of this energy, and to really embrace it, and to really, let it in. And that is by being open to whatever it looks like, okay? That's what I'm getting. All right. This is what I have for you. I hope it helps. And gosh, guys, if you've stuck with me through this particular reading, I just want to say you're a real one, and I adore you. Until next time, let me know if you made it this far in the reading. Until next time, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.